Good afternoon, Railer fans, and welcome to Lincoln Railer Basketball. It's time for the Josh Komnick, Grau Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. I'm your host, Josh Komnick. We're on the road in Springfield as the Railers get ready to take on the Cyclones from SHG. In just a moment, I'll be joined by Scott Kirby as we break down today's matchup. We thank you for joining us on the home of every Lincoln Railer contest this season, WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. Again, Railer fans, thanks for joining us here from Jim Bell's Gymnasium on the campus of Sacred Heart-Griffin High School here in Springfield, Illinois, getting set for the Railers and the Cyclones in a non-conference action here on a Saturday afternoon. The Railers coming to the contest with a record of 4-2 on the season and 3-2 in Apollo Conference play, while the Cyclones from Sacred Heart-Griffin at 6-1 and 3-1 in the Central State 8. Railer sophomores just ended. They fall to the Cyclones by a score of 46-42. They are disinfecting the gymnasium at this point. Railers bringing some drinks and all their belongings to the gym. Cyclones yet to be seen out on the court yet. But we're here, still 15 minutes left on the clock. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here in just a couple minutes. You're in the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Both teams have hit the court here at Jim Bell's Gymnasium, getting set for the Railers and the Cyclones from Springfield, Illinois. You're in the Grau Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby. Again, the Railers coming to the contest at a 4-2 record, 3-2 in Apollo Conference action. The Railers fell to the Bulldogs from Muhammad Seymour at Roy S. Anderson Gymnasium last night by a score of 60-55. The Cyclones were victorious last night to improve their record to 6-1 and 3-1 in the Conference of Central State 8. They were victorious over Eisenhower 67-57. Again, Scott Kirby here along with Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby, bringing you all the action via YouTube. Scott, Good to be back in the saddle here in a Saturday afternoon game. Again, the Railers here for another tough contest as they had last night. Fell to the Bulldogs from Mahomet Seymour, and it doesn't get any easier for them tonight for this afternoon as Sacred Heart-Griffin picked to be one of the top schools in the Central State 8, and we know as well as everyone how good the Central State is going to be and always is. It's tough one for the Railers to come back after a defeat from last night.
Yeah, a tough loss for them last night, Josh, and they get to bounce back on this summer day. Is it summer out? Because it's like 150 degrees up here in this gym.
Snow's melting, and it's it's definitely warm up here. It almost feels a little bit like Coach Neil Alexander Court with about 1,700 fans in it.
No doubt.
But there's only about 50 here today at Jim Bell's Gymnasium, but it is warm up here in the treehouse.
Yeah, the Railers, they get to bounce back. Not a whole lot of time, a whole lot of turnaround after last night's loss. Get them back on the court and hopefully come away with a victory here at the SHG.
Shout out to the watch party happening in Lincoln. I know there's a lot of those going around town that a lot of parents and fans don't get to give a check out the Railers, especially on the road, but they're having joining some watch parties. One out at the KC Hall today. Going on here, checking out the Railers on this weekend of basketball. Hattie and the crew are hopefully rooting the Railers on to a victory to get their record to a 5-2. And as we watched the sophomores fall just a little bit ago, Scott by a score of 46-42. This is a young SHG team. They had a lot of freshmen, obviously sophomores on that roster that just happened. But I was talking with Coach Ewald, and he said a lot of their roster in the varsity is even made up of a lot of sophomores, so a lot of talent here at SHG.
Yep, the coach has only been here a couple years. Has got this program going in the right direction, and if you want to compete in the Central State 8, that's what you got to do, and it's a tough conference. But, SHG holding their own, even being a Class 2A.
We'll be back here from Jim Bell's Gymnasium. We're going to take a break. 10 minutes left on the warm-ups for the Railers and the Cyclones. You're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball. Back here from Jim Bell's Gymnasium on the campus of Sacred Heart-Griffin High School, where the Railers getting set to take on the Cyclones. Josh Komnick along with Scott Kirby, Lloyd Kirby, man on the camera here. Today you're in the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show. Again, the Railers fell last night by a score of 60-55 to the Bulldogs from Mahomet. So the Railers, a record at 4-2 now on the season. And Scott, I was not able to make it to the game last night, and obviously you were there calling it. What caused the problems for the Railers last night with Mahomet? Because there's a chance there's a we'll see a little bit of that today with Sacred Heart-Griffin with a little size as we look at just taking warm-ups. But was it size? Was shooting? What posed a problem last night for the Railers?
A little bit of both, Josh. Size had a lot to do with it. They had a 6'8" kid and Collar down to working the lane, and they had a guard in Walters that hit some big threes, had 12 points, hit 4 threes. And then their point guard, Warren, was able to control the offense pretty well. And, Coach Al he emphasized that our defense is probably one of the worst they've ever played. 50-50 balls. Muhammad got almost all of those. And I guess just our intensity and our aggressiveness at times was there, but it wasn't for a full game. And I think that's what Coach Al kind of pointed out during the post game. And but give Muhammad credit. They had the big guy. They utilized him well. They hit their shots, and they went out in the fourth quarter. They got up by 13, and the Railers had to fight back and just fell a little short.
Not a lot of teams have had success from the Apollo Conference going against the Railers as of the last, 3 years we've been in the Apollo now, I think it is, in the history. So credit to Muhammad for coming in, not only beating the Railers, but doing it on their home court. We know it's not quite as a home court advantage as it normally is without the fans being there, but it's still winning at Lincoln is always tough.
Yeah, you're right, Josh, and it is tough at Lincoln, but it's a different ball game when there's not a lot of red and green in the fans. And I think that's a game factor. Those kids, they feed off the crowd, and it's just not there, obviously. So they're going to bounce back today. I can see a good game going on here at SHG.
Yeah, a small thing to look at for the Railers in just comparison of the schedules. The Railers took on Lanphier, and of course the Railers with that big Saturday afternoon victory over Lanphier at Lanphier by a score of 56-49. SHG has played Lanphier, and SHG fell to Lanphier by a score of 79-69. So we hope that holds true, that the Railers gain some confidence after that Lanphier win, and we'll take it here against SHG. That's going to wrap it up for us here on the pregame show after a word from our sponsors. Scott and I'll be back here in Springfield to bring you the play-by-play action as Lincoln takes on SHG. As always, a big thank you goes out to all our sponsors. This has been the Josh Komnick, Grau Incorporated, and Schneider Chiropractic pregame show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Good afternoon, Railer fans, and welcome to Lincoln Railer Basketball. WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNsports.com are pleased to bring you this afternoon's contest from Springfield, Illinois on the campus of Sacred Heart-Griffin as the Lincoln Railers take on the Cyclones from SHG. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Scott Kirby alongside Josh Komnick, and we are ready to bring you all of today's action. We'd like to wish a good afternoon to all of our listeners around the world listening via 96.3 FM, WLCNsports.com, on the Mixler app, or watching our live stream on YouTube. So turn that volume up and get ready for some Lincoln Railer basketball. 2 minutes on the clock, and we will get this game started. The Railers come in today's action with a record of 4-2, while the Cyclones have a record of 6-1. We'll take a quick commercial break. We come back. We'll have starting lineups and the opening tip here at SHG. This is Lincoln Railer basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Sacred Heart-Griffin, as we are ready for some Lincoln Railer basketball here in Springfield. And now the starting lineups for today's action.
First man out is a 5'11 senior, number 3, Dylan Singleton. The other senior for the Railers, 6'5", and a senior, number 4, Landon Hollinger. Also a senior, 5'10", number 12, is Adam Grunder. Brody Whiteman, the next man out, wears the number 20. He's 6'1" and a junior. And also Elijah Paulus rounds out the starting lineup for head coach Neil Alexander. 6'2" and a junior, wears the number 24, is Paulus. Coach Alexander, along with Eric Ewald, Greg Alexander, and Bird Farmer over on the bench today for the Railers. Now the starting lineups for SHG under the direction of head coach Mr. Tim Allen. That one guard, 6 foot and a senior. Where's the number 1 is Isaiah Thompson. Another guard, 6 foot and a senior. Where's the number 2 is Sam Antonacci. 6'3" and a senior, number 20, Andrew Schluter. Number 3, 6'3" and a sophomore is Jake Hamilton. And the big man in the middle, number 21, 6'5", and a sophomore, is Zach Hawkinson. Two sophomores and 3 seniors for the Cyclones. 3 seniors and 2 juniors for the Railers.
Today's tip-off is brought to you by Chicago Street Rentals. They're located at 1909 North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln. And with the COVID-19 rules, there is no tip. The visitor gets the opening ball, and the Railers will get the first possession of the afternoon.
Yeah, looks like SHG starting out in man-to-man.
Hollinger has it. Now he'll spin, look for the back door. Nothing there for Singleton now. And they're going to get Hollinger with a double dribble.
Yeah,
find anybody open.
Yeah, it looked like Hollinger and Coach Alexander drew up the back door to Dillon, but good defense by SHG to start the first play. Didn't let Dillon go back door.
SHG with their first possession of the day. No score, game just underway.
Right away, very physical and active defense, both by SHG and by the Railers.
Thompson over to Hamilton. Hamilton drives, goes up for the jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound, swatted out of there by Singleton, but tapped out of there. Hamilton gets the rebound, up, no good. And Hamilton with another rebound.
Yeah, remember.
Keep him off the boards.
Yeah, Hamilton, a left-handed player.
There's a jumper by Antonacci, no good, but SHG able to track down the rebound.
They give SHG 4 chances here on the first play, and that's one thing they will do is crash the boards and be very physical
Hamilton
underneath.
Up with the left, no good, and Hollinger flies in for the rebound.
Yeah, Landon's about one of the few guys right now that we've got that can get up and rebound with some of the guys that SHG has.
Railers with the basketball, no score. Singleton drives in, nothing there. Now to Hollinger. Railers moving around quickly. Polis. Now to Hollinger, kicks it out to Singleton. Singleton, he'll pull it from the elbow, off the rim, no good. Tapped out of bounds off the Railers, going to go to the Cyclones.
Yeah, it looked like Dillon complaining to the official a little bit that he got hit on the elbow or on the wrist on that jump shot. That's got exactly where he wants to get to, that free throw line area, and might have gotten hit on the wrist.
Cyclones with the basketball, no score. Thompson with it up top, guarded by Singleton. Now over to Antonacci. In the corner to Hamilton, guarded by Hollinger. They'll swing it around to the left. That's Thompson. Now Schluter. Schluter throws up a 3, airballed it. Polis with the rebound.
Yeah, you'll notice now Schluter, a left-hander, and also Hamilton, 2 lefties on the court. There's Dillon.
Dillon a little too strong off the back of the iron, no good. Cyclones with the rebound, they look to push. That's Thompson, and Hollinger's going to pick up the charge as Thompson.
Yeah, that's one
thing.
thing.
Into the lane.
You've seen how many guys in the past, Scott, you've got Gavin Block going back, you've got Matt Schick going back that will stand in there and take the charge, and Hollinger's exactly that guy for the Railers. Steps in, takes the charge. First team foul on SHG, which they're reluctant to put the players' names on the board. Fouls.
Antonacci was the foul was on, the charge. I said Thompson. I was wrong, first time ever. Now Railers with the basketball, no score. Singleton with it in the corner. He'll dribble right, now give to Hollinger. Back to Singleton in the corner. Singleton goes right, now gets to the lane. Up and no good, but he'll be fouled. Go to the line for 2.
Well, you love to see Dillon just take it at Schluter all game. Schluter 6'3" and a senior. Not sure foot speed if he can keep up with Dillon in that. So Dillon has attacked a few times here going to the line here to hopefully get the Railers on the board.
Singleton's going to get 2 free throws. First one's up and good. Second free throw from Singleton. Good.
Yeah, also look, maybe hopefully Hollinger gets off to a little bit better start and a better game than he had yesterday. Scott, as you were talking on the way here, Hollinger with just 6 yesterday, and you know the Railers are going to win too many games if he's only having 6.
There's a drive by Thompson. He'll be fouled going to the basket. He's going to go to the line for 2.
Yeah, and that's a tough foul for the Railers too, because that's 1 now on Hollinger, right? They give
Whiteman.
that to give it to Whiteman. Okay.
Free throw up and good. A game of free throws early on. As Thompson makes his first, he'll get another. Got that one as well. Tied up at 2. 5:27 to go in the first.
I'd like to see Hollinger take the sophomore and, hopefully experience wins over in his matchup.
Singleton spins. There's the back door to Hollinger, up and good. There you go, Josh.
Yep.
And that's something that the sophomore's going to have to pay attention to, is that back door.
Well, I don't think he's got the foot speed, obviously not the experience that Landon's got.
There's a pass down low to Hamilton. It's up and good. 4-4, 5 minutes to go. There's Hollinger with a deep three, airballed it out of bounds. Going to be Cyclones ball, and thought we might have a media timeout. No,
not going with it.
Cyclones with the basketball, tied up at 4. Schluter. Now they'll work it around. Thompson now in the corner to Schluter for a three. In and out, no good. Fought for underneath. Singleton taps it out of there, grabs the rebound, and gets down the court up in the lane.
Yeah.
Got hammered on the arm. He'll go to the line shooting 2.
Yeah, and I was talking about the lefties. I forgot Antonacci. He's a lefty as well. So 3 lefty players for SHG, which doesn't seem to be a lot, but you just don't see it that often, especially with 3 on the court. It becomes different as you're thinking defensively, as you're playing defense. You've got to try to make that guy go right. Normally his offhand would be his stronger hand. So defensively, you got to try and think about that on who grabs the ball for SHG.
Singleton's first free throw's good. Second one up and on the way, and rolls in. And there's our media timeout. We'll keep it here. 4:36 to go in the first. It's the Railers 6, the Cyclones 4.
Yeah, a lot of free throws so far. Several for SHG now, and several for the Railers. So pretty up. The pace is good for the Railers. I think they're getting up and down the court. It looks like SHG is a physical, aggressive man-to-man, which we've kind of used that against them so far in one backdoor play to Hollinger for the layup. So I think you'll see more and more of that as the game goes on.
Today's basketball game is brought to you by Mama's Arcade, located on the square in downtown Lincoln. Mike Moskey, auction service, phone 217-519-3959 or go to moskeyauction.com. State Bank of Lincoln, a division of Heartland Bank and Trust, member of FDIC. 6-4 Railers, 4:36 to go in the first.
Yeah, I think, was it Antonacci that went out with 2 fouls already for SHG?
That's a good question.
I think took him out rather quickly.
There's a drive underneath. That's Schluter, up and good for Schluter.
Oh, and there's part of that left-handed drive, the baseline. A lot of Railers, when you're working on cutting off the baseline, you're practicing against right-handers all the time, and Schluter has gone baseline twice now.
Singleton dribbles left, Green's on him, up and swatted out of there by Hawkinson, that is. And now the other way, Schluter, no good. Hawkinson with the rebound and the putback.
Boy, it really looked like 10 is Elliott Green just riding Dillon the whole way down that drive.
8-6, Cyclones with the lead. Railers with the basketball. They'll work it to the right. Hollinger now to Polis in the corner. Gets it up top. That's Whiteman. He's going to drive to the lane. Up and under. No good. And the Cyclones with the rebound. They push it across the timeline in a hurry. Now they'll get it down low to Hamilton. Up and no good. Hollinger there for the rebound. Now Singleton with it. Guarded by Green over to Hollinger. Hollinger head fake up to the lane with the jumper. He'll be fouled. And Schluter picks up the foul.
Yeah, and that time he beat Hawkinson again to the basket. So I think that's a big advantage that Coach Alexander and the Railers have, is that senior going against Hawkinson just doesn't have the foot speed to stay up with the senior. Hollinger up and a little strong on the first free throw. SHG up 8-6 with 3:09 left here in the first quarter.
Second free throw up and no good. Grunder tried to tap it out of there, couldn't get a handle on it, and it's going to be SHG basketball. Green with it, guarded by Grunder. Goes right. Now to Thompson. They try to get it down low. Tapped out there by Singleton. Gets it to Hollinger.
Yeah, Dylan just reading it. That senior old move where he just kind of doesn't look like Dylan's going to cover the high post, and all of a sudden he's reading it the whole time and sneaks in there for another steal.
Whiteman drives up, little reverse, no good. Rebound, Cyclones. Good move by Whiteman, just couldn't get it to go. Now Green with a running jumper, no good. Getting a little sloppy here right now. Singleton with it on the left. He'll dribble in, kick it underneath to a wide open Whiteman. Up and good for Whiteman.
Great penetration by Dylan. I think he saw the whole way that Whiteman was going to be open along the baseline. Got to the middle. Everybody thought he was going to kick it out to the wing, and Dylan with a no look to Whiteman for an easy basket.
All tied up at 8. Cyclones with the basketball. They'll get it down low to Green. Nothing there. Now back to Green on the wing. He'll take a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Grunder. And the Railers look to take the lead.
Boy, it looks like SHG's tired. I mean, they're jogging, if not walking, up and down the court. So the Railers have worn them out so far here.
Whiteman with the basketball, now kicks it in the corner. Hollinger, he'll dribble right, get to the lane, kick it out to Grunder. Grunder's going to throw up a three, left it a little bit short. Green with the rebound for the Cyclones. Now Thompson gets it to the left side. That's Schluter. Schluter drives on Hollinger around the back. Nothing there. Kicks it out to Green. Now to Thompson over in the corner. To Hamilton for a three. In and out. No good. Fought for underneath. Green with the rebound. And SHG will reset. Hamilton drives. Pulls up for a jumper. No good. And Hawkinson with the rebound. But Whiteman grabs it from him on the ground. Now Polis. Hands off to Singleton. Singleton pushes left. Grunder on the wing. Singleton to the lane. Up and good.
Yeah, Dylan just overpowered there. Green took the bump right at about 8 feet and still was able to get to the basket and convert. What, both teams really winded here.
10-8, Railers with the lead. Under a minute to go in the first. They get it down low to Hawkinson. Hawkinson spins, guarded by Hollinger, up off the backboard, in and out. No good. Hollinger with the rebound, rips it out of there, and he's going to be fouled on the arm. Who are they going to get, Hawkinson or Hamilton?
Yeah, either or.
Take your pick.
Yeah, I think it was both of them. And you've got about 3 guys from SHG asking for a break right now. Looks like Railers are going to take some subs here. Klopp's going to check in for Grunder, and Grau checking in for Whiteman, as well as a couple of the Cyclones checking out.
Hawkinson picks up the foul. Not sure how many he's got. They're not putting up personal fouls on the board. But Railers with the basketball up to Hollinger. Now to Grau. Grau checks in for Grunder. Polis. Now Singleton. 35 to go. We'll see if the Railers hold for one. It will be their possession to start the second.
Yeah, I saw Dylan talking with Coach Greg Alexander on the way up. Maybe Dylan was saying, I think I can take my guy to the court or to the basket, draw something up or call something for me here in this last second.
Now Singleton with it. 17 on the clock. He'll dribble left. Now pull it back out. Give it to Klopp. Now to Polis on the wing, to Klopp on the elbow, over to Singleton. Now Singleton dribbles left, 5 on the clock. Singleton in trouble, turn around, jumper, got it. Singleton with a nifty little spin move, get the bucket to count, and the Railers go up by 4 to end the first.
Yeah, Dylan a little fired up after that shot too. He was, I don't know if he was barking at our guys or barking at them, but the senior showing a little emotion here.
12-8 Railers. We'll take a commercial break. Come back, we'll have second quarter action here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
In the Bell's Gymnasium this afternoon.
Boy, Hollinger way up for the rebound.
Back here at SHG, Railers with a 12-8 lead. Second quarter just underway. Singleton with the basketball, kicks it to Grau. Now Hollinger, back to Grau. Grau goes left, gets it to Paulus, now to Klopp. Klopp hands off to Singleton. Singleton tries to get to the lane, nothing there. Now they'll work it back around to the other side. Now Singleton with it. Guarded there by Bardwell, who checks in the game for the Cyclones. Singleton dribbles left. Now looks for a lane, kicks it to Grau in the corner for a three. Looks good off the back of the iron, no good. And rebound comes down to the Cyclones. Thompson, now Bardwell. Get it inside to Hamilton. A little Turner, no good.
Well, he's not trying to shoot.
No.
He's not hardly, I don't think he's made a basket yet, and Hamilton has put him up today.
Railers with the ball up by 4. Polis to Singleton. Singleton dribbles right, now kicks it to Grau. Klopp, well, they work it around. Hollinger's going to pull up for a three. Got it. Nothing but net for Hollinger, and it's a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer.
Yeah, that was right in the defender's face too, Scott. He just he knew as soon as he caught that he was firing, and when he can do that, Hollinger can shoot it. That's another charge.
Another charge.
Easy.
Hollinger
Easy
takes
call.
another charge as number 22, Mike Utinsky,
First, the team is fifth. Back in
commits the foul.
Number 20 is Kirby Whiteman, replacing
Yeah, that's about as easy a charge as you can get. Hollinger was standing there for a second or two before, and Coach Tim Allen not liking it for SHG, but I don't know what more Hollinger could do to draw that thing.
15-8, Railers with the lead. 6:20 to go in the second. Hollinger pulls up for another. There we go. Hollinger with 5 in a row, and that's what we like to see, Josh.
Yeah, and we've seen Hollinger get on a move here and get on a roll real fast where he's made several baskets
Nice
in a row.
defense by Hollinger as they try to get the pass down to Hamilton. Hollinger tipped it out of there. Now Railers on the move. Singleton up in the lane. Up with his left.
Yes.
Count the bucket.
And one.
And the foul. Singleton to the line for the and one.
Yeah, you're not going to keep him down. Big game for the senior last night, and he's came back right from last night. Dylan just attacking the basket, getting his guy one-on-one, and you young people that are watching at home, it makes a big difference when you can finish with your left hand. Dylan would have never gotten a chance to shoot that with his right hand. It would have been blocked or fouled and been knocked down to the ground, but Dylan with the left hand able to convert and going for a free throw along with the made basket.
Coach Tim Allen wants a timeout for the Cyclones, and we'll keep it right here with 6 minutes to go in the first half. It's the Railers 19 and the Cyclones 8.
Well, you talked about it on the way here, Scott. Hollinger with just 6 last night, and you know, and we know, and Railer Nation knows that if those two seniors, especially Singleton and Hollinger, don't get it going for a game, it's going to be trouble for the Railers. And a little bit of what happened last night, both those guys picking it up here today. And as you can see on the scoreboard now, 19-8, Dylan going to go to the line for his, I believe, 5th free throw already here in the first half.
You're not keeping stats?
It's hard for me to do two things at once. All right, I hear
yeah.
enough of that from my wife to trying to do two things at once. I don't need it from you.
Well, I'd kind of like to have some stats. Singleton makes his free throw, 20-8 Railers, 6 to go in the first half.
Lloyd's not doing anything. What can he do? He can go over there.
Oh, there's almost a steal by Whiteman. And now there is a steal by Singleton as he snuck behind Hamilton. Singleton up, and he's going to be fouled by, is that Bardwell?
Yeah, Bardwell.
Javion Bardwell picks up the foul, and Singleton back to the free throw line.
Well, and that's who Singleton's guarding, too, or Bardwell's guarding Singleton, and I believe that's his second already. Dylan putting him in foul trouble just by himself.
Singleton makes his first free throw. Thompson checks in for Bardwell. 8 team fouls for the Cyclones and 1 for the Railers. Singleton's second free throw. It's good. 22-8, 5:47 to go
a lot
in
of
the
people
first
just
half.
think that's a big disparity, and it is. But the Railers are going to the basket, Scott, and they're making SHG guard them at the rim, and right now SHG not doing that.
SHG working it around. There's Thompson with it. Now all the way across court to Hamilton. Hamilton drives. No shot. Foul before the shot. And that is not Hamilton. That is Antonacci. Sacred Heart Griffin basketball. They'll get it into Schluter up top. to Antonacci, back to Schluter. Schluter dribbles right, now passes back to his left. In the corner to Hamilton, or Thompson for a three, no good. And Polis is going to pick up a foul as Hawkinson got the rebound.
Yeah, right now, SHG, I don't know if they're normally good shooters from the perimeter, but they have fired a lot and have not been able to get anything to go.
There's a little hook shot by Hamilton, up and good. Now the Railers with the ball, up by 12. Whiteman to Singleton. Singleton thought about the three, now drives to the lane, and he's going to be hammered on the arm as Schluter picks up the foul. Or
this would be a bonus here. Dylan going to the line.
I don't know who they called that on. They called that on Thompson.
Yeah,
okay.
Thompson's second too. So some real foul trouble right now for SHG, and the problem for them also is they're putting the Railers' best free throw shooter at the line.
Absolutely. Love to see the aggressiveness going to the basket, not just settling on the three, Josh.
Well, and that's what happens, Scott, when you get a team that's really aggressive playing man-to-man, and you try to tell kids all the time that if a guy's way up on you and you have your dribble, you're at their mercy, where you can do anything as an offensive player that you want. I mean, you can go right, you can go left, you can shot fake, and right now I think SHG just too close to guarding the Railers, and Dylan just putting his head down and getting to the hoop.
Today's game brought to you by Michelle Bauer, Country Financial Agent, located on the Square in downtown Lincoln, helping you protect what matters most. Top Hat Creamery. Stop by before or after the game for a sweet treat in the Lincoln's Arcade building. And does that sound pretty good right now?
I was actually just thinking about that. One of the downfalls to the COVID thing, which is there's a lot of those, but I'm not a big concession guy, but when you're hungry,
yeah,
a little popcorn, half a bag of popcorn is not bad, and I'm hungry today. I had a little peanut butter toast this morning, and that's been about it. So
yeah, you're right.
I could use a little something.
Gondola or
something. I mean, absolutely. But this year's not going to happen.
Maybe your wife will feed you later. Free throw from Singleton, no good. 23-10, under 5 to go in the first half. Railers with a 13-point lead. Good defense by Whiteman. Singleton comes down with it, gets to the lane, up, hammered, and a late foul call. It was obviously a foul, just a late whistle.
Yeah, I mean, when you're up there just swinging at arms of offensive players, that's going to be a foul every time, whether you hit them or not. When you're swinging out of control, and SHG right now trying to block every shot of the Railers, and right now the Railers are making them pay.
Singleton's free throw up and good. And Josh, you're talking about being hungry, and we got a crew right now up at the alley watching the game, listening to the game. How's one of those cheeseburgers sound right now?
That wouldn't be just one.
Singleton's second free throw up and good.
Oh, Dylan having a great first half here. Exactly what you expect out of the senior leader coming off a loss on a Friday night.
25-10 Railers, 4:44 to go in the first half. Cyclones with the basketball. They work it around. Thompson with it up top, now over to Schluter. Schluter guarded by Polis, now in the corner. Fumbled off of the hands of number 4. That's Lott, a 6-foot sophomore. So
Tyree Lott.
Tyree?
I think.
Okay, I was going to let you tackle that.
Looks like it. Or you can just say Ronnie.
So, I mean,
Ronnie.
A lot of bench players for the Sacred Heart-Griffin Cyclones. I don't know, maybe because they're a little winded or what, but
now
they're
SHG,
going through their bench.
Well, SHG goes to a zone now. I think they've figured out that they're not doing well guarding man-to-man on the Railers, so they go to zone. And if any team knows how to play against the zone, Scott, it should be us.
Absolutely. Polis with the ball, now to Singleton. Now he'll get it back to Polis on the wing. Polis pulls up for a three. Ooh, it looked good. No good. Singleton with the rebound. They'll reset. No, they won't. He'll turn around, throw up a three.
Got it, Dylan.
Singleton with a little spin around. Chris Coyne, State Farm, three-pointer.
Almost faked it like he was going to go to Paulus to reverse the ball, and Dylan says, no, boys, I'm feeling it today.
And we're going to have a foul up top as Schluter drove to the basket. And they're going to call the foul on number 20.
Number 12, Adam Grunder.
That's Whiteman. He picks up his second, and the Railers come to play today, Josh.
Yeah, you knew they would. Coach would have them going after a loss, and especially someone in the Apollo. They don't normally have that
Hawkinson up with the jumper, rolls around and good for Hawkinson. Good look by the sophomore. Nice little touch. 28-12, Railers with 3:30 to go in the first half. Singleton walks it up. SHG in their zone. Polis now, they'll swing around to the right. Grunder, Hollinger, Polis up top. Now Singleton on the wing.
Yeah, nobody in the middle for the Railers on offense.
They work it around. Grunder, now Klopp. Now they'll work it back towards us. Singleton. Now inside to Hollinger, back to Singleton. Singleton in the corner for a three. Got it.
That's great ball movement by the Railers. Yeah, you get the ball.
Chris Coyne, State Farm three-pointer.
Get that ball moving side to side, Scott. Get it in the middle. Everybody converges, and Dylan found the spot right where he hit one in the possession before and hit it again.
A little three on the way by Hawkinson, no good. Fought for it on the ground, going to be off of Watt, going to go to the Railers. And the Railers with a 31-12 lead with 2:48 to go in the first half. And Singleton, how many points does he have?
A lot. A lot.
Timeout on the court. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Don't go anywhere. The Railers have come to play today here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Three.
Scott Kirby alongside Josh Komnick and Lloyd Kirby this afternoon here at SHG, and the Railers with a 19-point lead with 2:48 to go in the first.
Yeah, it's been, I wouldn't say picture perfect, but really close, Scott.
Yeah.
As you know, the coach would have these guys going after a home loss, especially a night ago. But Dylan, that senior, also Hollinger right in there in the mix. Really leading these guys, and that's what happens when you got good senior leaders, Scott. They bounce back, and the rest will follow.
Now the Railers with the basketball. They work it around, little weave. Singleton has it up top, now to Grunder on the wing. He'll pick up his dribble, give it to Klopp. Klopp, one dribble to Hollinger. Now Hollinger, he'll pull it back out, guarded by Hawkinson. Now tries to make a move, nothing there, swings it around to Klopp, now to Polis, over to Grunder on the wing. Grunder goes left, kicks it to Singleton. Singleton to his right, nothing there, kicks it in the corner for Polis. Polis for three, off the back of the iron, but Singleton there for the rebound and the putback.
Boy, he's been everywhere, and Coach Tim Allen throws his clipboard after Dylan gets in there and gets that offensive
there's a strip
rebound.
And a steal for the Railers. Polis works it left. Now works it back to the right. Singleton pulls up just shy of the free throw line, and nothing but net for Singleton.
Boy, this is ballooned fast, Scott. 35-12 now with a minute 44 here in the fourth. That's a travel.
That's
yes,
a travel.
Sir.
And SHG is just falling apart, Josh. Out of sorts, unforced turnovers. I think they're trying to play at a pace that they're not accustomed to.
Yeah, right. And I don't know what pace that is, but the Railer defense is moving everywhere, and defensively they can't stop Dylan. And that's got them befuddled a little bit. I don't know how many straight trips the Railers have scored on, but it's been a lot.
Polis up, and no shot. They're going to say he was pushed before. Foul is on Hamilton. Railers in double bonus. Coach Allen not happy with it, but it was a foul.
Yeah, you can't ride him the hallway, and Paulus is going to go to the free throw line here again, and up and good.
Getting a little chirpy here at SHG.
Yeah, nice by Paulus stepping up and hitting the first, actually both free throws, so the Railers extend that lead to 37-12. 1:30 left here in the first half.
Now SHG looking to get on the board. Green back into the ball game. Gets it over to Bardwell. Bardwell trying to get it down low. Nothing there. Back to Green up top. Now to Thompson. Now a three. No. Bardwell pulls up for a jumper. No good. Hawkinson there for a rebound. Hollinger straight up, and I think they're going to get Klopp on the foul as Hawkinson was able to get the bucket to go.
Jaden Klopp second. Team's fifth.
And Hawkinson's going to go to the line.
Yeah,
for the
basket
and
that
one.
SHG desperately needed. Scott,
Absolutely.
they were on 12 for a long, long time.
Oh, there's a
It's a
push.
foul, yes.
Absolutely. Could use some red and green in the stands right now, Josh.
Yeah.
I feel a little,
I'm a little irritated.
At ease,
I'm a little
not
irritated,
at ease, but
right?
Yeah, it's getting
They
a
ought to
little-
be. They ought to be in the double bonus by now.
Yeah,
still.
we are in the double bonus.
So Hollinger will go to the line to shoot two.
Double bonus.
Hollinger at the line. 37-14 Railers. First free throw up and couldn't get it to go.
Now entering the game for the Cyclones, number 23, Will Hamilton, replacing Isaiah Thompson.
So 23, Will Hamilton checks in. Free throw for Hollinger, couldn't get it to go. Hollinger misses both free throws.
Yeah.
37-14 Railers.
I don't like Hollinger as he shoots backing away from the free throw line. Always try to get your guys to stay right on that line and follow through, and Hollinger was already retreating.
There's a little spinner, no good. Hawkinson with the rebound and the putback, no good. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for two.
Hawkinson to the line to shoot two. The Lincoln foul, number 24, Polis, his second.
Fouls on Polis, his second, team sixth. Hawkinson at the line for two. First free throw up and no good.
And a little bit of Hawkinson falling off the free throw line as well. You're shooting free throws. You should be well balanced and be able to stand right there after that shot and stay in rhythm. A little bit of falling back. Don't quite sometimes get the ball all the way to the rim.
Second one up, good for Hawkinson. 37-15. Railers with the basketball. Polis over to Whiteman. Whiteman drives, nothing there, so he'll dribble through. Now they'll work it back around to the left. Singleton up top with it. Now back to Polis on the wing.
Well, coach would love to go into the halftime with a plus 20-point lead if he can, but it's going to be a long time. That's a foul. Tee him up, thank you.
And there's the tee. Josh called it, and he got it. And got a timeout called on the court as the Railers got the timeout called. But as Josh mentioned, it should have been a foul way before the timeout was called, but no call. 37-15 Railers. 37 on the clock. And today's game also brought to you by Colligan Water Systems in Lincoln. For water softening and conditioning equipment and service, bottled water or bulk, stop by Colligan's at 308 North Chicago Street in Lincoln. Heartland Community College is your community's college. At Heartland, you'll get the personal attention and support you need to be a successful student.
Yeah,
Discover Heartland, discover yourself. Visit heartland.edu/Lincoln.
Yeah, so here Dylan will go to the free throw line to shoot two for the technical, and then the Railers will get the ball back. So I would think that if possible, the Railers can hold for the last shot after Dylan hopefully makes two here.
And then get the ball to start the second half.
Right.
Free throw up. Good. 39-15 Railers. 37 on the clock. Railers basketball. See if they can hold for one.
Yeah, and against this pressure defense that SHG has put on us, it'll be tough to hold it for 30 seconds.
Yeah, back into man-to-man.
Yeah, Railer offense will have to be strong and physical with the ball.
Polis with it on the wing. Now up top to Hollinger. Hollinger guarded by Hawkinson. I can look for Hollinger right here.
Yeah, Hollinger maybe on a back door or Dylan. That guy Green is really playing Singleton hard and right in his face.
Singleton to the lane, nothing there. Spin around. Now Polis for a three. Got it.
Yes.
Polis ends the first half with a Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer, and at the half, it's the Railers 42, the Cyclones 15. We'll take a commercial break. We come back. We'll have the Grau Incorporated Schneider Chiropractic halftime show here on WLCN 96.3 FM.
Welcome back here, Railer fans. At halftime, the Railers up 42-15, and Scott, what a first half for the Railers. I would think with 42 points, definitely, even defensively, the best half the Railers have played. Intensity, executing, shooting the basketball. They've been aggressive to the basket. They've done everything well here in this first half. Now, obviously, SHG is going to come out with some fire here in the second half, and they have to try and get back into this thing. But whoa, what a first half the Railers have played.
Yeah, and they, after a tough loss last night, Josh, we wondered what kind of intensity, energy they would have this afternoon, a short turnaround, and I think our questions were answered, and they have come to play today. You want to go over some scoring?
And one of the reasons was Singleton, the senior, led the first half with 29, and they had no answer for him. He would go by him. He was shooting a three. He was getting to the free throw line. A complete half defensively for the senior, and that's what we talked about. Seniors got to be leaders and come back after a loss like last night. And him and Hollinger, Singleton with 29 right now, Hollinger with 7, Paulus with a huge 3 there to end the half. That gives him 5, and Whiteman with 2. So Singleton 29, Hollinger 7, Paulus 5, and 2 for Whiteman. And it's just been people here, people there, doing all kinds of different things. We've rebounded the ball well on this end. We've just been executed really well.
Yeah, and you talk about Singleton, 29 points in the first half. That's just all heart, and that's on missed shots. He in the right spot at the right time for the rebound and the putback. Hit some big threes here in the corner. Give the Railers a lot of credit. They came to play today, and you knew they would. SHG, they're ranked number 1 in 2A, and to come here and their gym and do what they did to them the first half. Now the first half's only good as the second. They got to come out second half and pick up where they left off, and hopefully they can.
Well, I think their coach getting a technical is probably a little bit of trying to get them fired up. You see a lot of coaches that give a technical to try and motivate their players, and obviously in that locker room right now, Coach Allen has given his team everything he can to get them to come out here and compete. So even back when I was playing, coaches, you had a 20-point lead, or if you had a 1-point lead, Coach Al was always that first 3 minutes. You can either bury these guys and put it way out of play, or you can let these guys come back in. Now, Scott, with the 3-point shot and all that, this is a big lead. Yes, should they come back? No, but anything can happen, especially when you're on the road. We're going to take a break. We'll be back here. 5 minutes left in the halftime. Railers up 42-15 here from Jim Bell's Gymnasium on the campus of Sacred Heart-Griffin High School. You're in the Growl Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic halftime show, and you're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball.
Welcome back to Springfield, Illinois, as the Railers take a 27-point lead into halftime. Josh, I don't know. I think we've said about all we could say as how the Railers have come out to play today.
Well, after the first possession, Scott, we went down and didn't score. SHG went down and got 4 opportunities at the basket. Lack of rebounding for the Railers, and I thought, this is going to be one of those SHG games where you just get beat up underneath the basket, just physically stronger than what we've been able to put out there. And after that, really, Scott, the Railers have done a really good job on the boards, holding SHG to 1 shot or a turnover, and then the Railers getting anything they want on the offensive end. I would guess that there were about 7 to 8 possessions straight where we got some sort of a score, whether it was a field goal or a free throw. When you can do that and obviously limit your guys on this end, on the defensive end, when they're not scoring, boy, you can make a run real fast, and that's exactly what the Railers did. I think we were up in that 8 range, and all of a sudden I look back up the scoreboard, Scott, and it's 20.
Yeah.
It was a 12-0 run, something like that, really fast. And we didn't quite know this team had that kind of spurt ability, but boy, they're sure showing it this afternoon.
Well, I think Coach Al's emphasis in today's game was defense, and a lot of our defense has turned into offense. And the Cyclones, they have to believe that there's 7-8 guys out there for the Railers, because we're just swarming the basketball and help defense, and Singleton obviously at the point causing a lot of trouble. So
you made a good point too, Scott. One of the things, the result of that great defense and activity has been SHG's been sped up. They've turned the ball over probably uncharacteristically. They've probably not seen the 1-2-2 like this. Obviously, with some of the guys that they play here in Springfield don't play the 1-2-2. I got to think that if they see the tape, there might be some more teams going to throw this at them.
We'll take a quick 30 here, and we'll come back. We'll have second half action here at SHG. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM.
It'll be Lincoln Ball to start.
I guess we Let's get second half going here. Railers with the basketball to start the second half. Singleton gets to the lane, nothing there. Kicks it out on the wing to Whiteman. Whiteman, he'll get in on the defense. Ripped away out of there. And they're going to call a jump ball. It's going to go to the Cyclones.
Yeah, a little better defensive effort. Really, the Railers, they're out of sorts now, not knowing what we're going to go to. Didn't have really a play call. There was a lot of motion and not a lot of direction going toward the hoop. So anytime that you're just keep passing the ball around the perimeter and not getting anything going north and south, boy, that defense can really turn it up a little bit, and that's what the Cyclones did and got a turnover.
42-15 Railers. Third quarter just underway here at SHG. Now they'll get it down low to Hawkinson. He'll spin and turn and get the bucket to go for Hawkinson. 42-17. Now the Railers look to answer. Whiteman dribbles baseline. On his knees. Gets it. And they're going to call another jump ball as Whiteman.
Just getting himself in trouble, I think, the last 2 possessions. Dribbling into traffic and not a lot of places to go for Brody.
Raiders to inbound on their own baseline. Singleton up and count the bucket and the foul. Singleton spun to the right, then back to the left, up off the backboard, count it. And he'll go to the line for the and one, and that gives him 31 points on the day.
Nice comeback, too. That was an old out-of-bounds play. Coach has ran for a long time and usually results in a layup. And Dillon gets a 3-point play with a huge basket there.
45-17.
A little bit that SHG's got.
Now we know what Komnick's looking for. He's looking for that 30-point mark come the fourth quarter. There's a turnover on the Cyclones as Hamilton couldn't handle the pass from Thompson. Out of bounds, Railer basketball. Now the Railers will slow it down.
Oh, I think so. Use as much clock as you can here. Still flow. Don't play not to lose. You're still playing to go win here, but you still got to be active and be the same aggressiveness you had to the hoop.
Back to man-to-man for the Cyclones. Railers work it to the left. Whiteman picks up his dribble, gives it to Polis. Now Polis back to Whiteman. Whiteman gets to the lane. Up, kicks it out in the corner to Singleton, but there's a foul and somebody's down on the ground. I think that's Schluter.
Schluter got a knee from Whiteman as he was going into the hoop. So Schluter down here. Might be in the
knee area,
the manhood,
or the no-no area.
Yeah, it's 3 trainers.
Three trainers gallop over, and they're just a little too late. Schluter waves them off, and I don't know what they're saying under the masks, but sorry guys, no action for you today. Glad he's okay. I think he's got to go out though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got to come out.
Yeah, he's got to come out for.
Returning for the Cyclones, number 10.
So Green's going to check in for Schluter. It's going to be Railer basketball. Singleton gets it into Whiteman. Whiteman hands it back to Singleton. Now Singleton gets it back up top. Swings it over to Polis. Polis back to Singleton. Singleton dribbles right now with the left. And Singleton, I tell you what, this is probably the game of his life right here.
What is that now? 34 for Dylan. So
mom and dad back home listening. Got to be pretty proud of him today. And what do we got here? Timeout on the court. 47-19, 5:35 to go in the third. It's going to be a 30. We'll keep it here.
30-second timeout.
Kind of an odd time in the game to call a timeout.
Yeah, it must have seen something, in the man-to-man offense, or I'm sorry, man-to-man defense that SHG was. I know the Railers are skilled against the zone because they play a zone, so they know where to get the openings, but they don't have anybody who can guard Dylan right now, and I don't understand why they keep playing the man-to-man or Dylan's just going to have his day at the layup. He's made a few threes, but he's made his living driving to the basket, Scott, and also going to the free throw line.
47-19, 5:35 to go in the third. Hollinger to inbound. Gets it into Polis. Polis spins, now dribbles left, now to his right, gets it to Hollinger.
Bring it up.
Got to get across the line, guys. Now Hollinger goes right, guarded by Hawkinson. Now gets it to Singleton. Singleton dribbles left, kicks it out. Whiteman, nothing there. Now he'll get to the lane. Strong, up. Count the bucket as it sit on the back of the iron for an eternity.
I thought we were going to have
one
it
to go.
where it just sits on the back of the, you don't see it very often, but Brody put enough English on that thing to curl it around and get it to go.
And we couldn't even call it because it just sat there. 49-19. There's a jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Hamilton. That's no good, but gets the rebound again and puts it up and good. 49-21, 4:55 to go in the third. Singleton pushes it up, guarded by Green. Spin, jumper, no good. Fought for. Whiteman with the easy rebound and the putback, and Whiteman with a quick 4 points.
Dylan didn't get it to go, but he also got the two Cyclones that were trying to rebound it out of the way when he went up to get it, and then Brody got about the easiest basket he's going to have as his career. Pick it up off the loose ball, and
three on the way. Got it. And Tochi with a three-pointer, and it's 51-24. And going to be tapped out of bounds.
Yeah, Hollinger's got to help Dylan a little bit here. He's got to get a break as far as bringing the ball up. He's going against Green, who's giving him man-to-man full court. And then Dylan's also, putting 34 in. Hollinger's got to come in. As soon as he inbounds the ball on this press breaker, he's got to get it back from Paulus. And Hollinger's got to bring it up against Hawkinson one-on-one.
Today's live stream is brought to you by Financial Advisor, not financial aid, we don't need that. Financial Advisor South Paulus of Edward Jones at 1400 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Phone 732-4001. Town & Country Bank is a proud sponsor of Lincoln Railer basketball. At Town & Country Bank, our mission is to help empower the financial well-being of our communities, one person at a time. Greamy Arnold Insurance, your local independent insurance agent. They're located at 321 Pulaski Street in downtown Lincoln. Phone 735-1296. And Jim Abbott and Associates, that offers tax, accounting, and business advising services. Abbott's is conveniently located in downtown Lincoln. For more information, go to jmabbott.com. 51-24, all Railers. As Whiteman, he'll get to the rim again. He loves that little, I don't even know what you call that.
That's a long 2 steps and a long extension of the right arm to make the layup, and another big
I think
basket
Whiteman
there
with
by
the
Whiteman.
last 6 points for the Railers, and they're up 53-24. Well, it's obviously a move he likes and has worked on because he's done it successfully here about 2 or 3 times in a row. There's a 3 on the way. Got it.
Well, you got to guard him, Antonacci.
Antonacci's heating up.
Yeah, coming in and really looking to score the basketball. A couple threes now for him.
Now they'll get it across court to Paulus. He'll get it dribbled down. Now Railers will set up their offense. Hollinger to Grunder. Now to Whiteman. Whiteman back up top to Paulus, all the way across to Singleton. Singleton, he'll pull up for a 3, little short. Rebound comes down to Hamilton.
Yeah, get on Antonacci. They're going to look for him now, and he's going to look to fire.
Antonacci to the rim, up and good. Ooh, a little couple of slaps to the head. They gave himself a concussion. And they're going to get Singleton as he tried to stop, shuffled his feet, or slid anyway.
Yeah, I think he did a little stutter step right as he was getting ready to catch the ball, right after he caught it.
53-29, 3:15 to go.
Hardwell returns for the Cyclones. Replacing Jake Hamilton.
Railers up 53-29. Cyclones with the basketball. Green inbounds to Schluter.
I think Antonacci's got about 10 straight for the Cyclones, so
Yeah,
a guy
they're
that's
going to keep feeding him. And that's what they do. Antonacci for another 3. In and out, no good. Rebound fought for underneath. Schluter has it, and he's going to fall on the baseline out of bounds. As good hustle, just nowhere for him to go.
yeah,
Ran out of real estate.
Railers need a basket here. 53-29.
Singleton trap. And out of bounds, the Cyclones. Green touched the ball, but he was laying out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Railers.
I thought the head coach had to sit down once he got a
He
technical.
does. Unless you are SHG. Grunder all the way across to Hollinger. Now Hollinger to his left. Jeez. Polis got hit in the head, no call. Now Singleton up on the arm, count the bucket and the foul. Singleton to the line for the and one. Pretty physical out there right now, Josh.
Yeah, it is. They're getting very scrappy, and you see a little jawing back and forth, and the Railers giving it right back, and they've been able to respond when SHG and really Antonacci's been able to get going for Cyclones. The Railers have said sort of an answer. That was Brody Whiteman with a couple layups, and now Singleton with another 3-point play.
56-29, 2:35 to go in the third. Oh, there's a grab by Paulus, no call. Shot no good, fought for underneath. And they're going to be a foul on Schluter. I'll agree with that one. They missed a foul there, but that benefits the Railers. Hollinger to inbound. Gets it to Singleton in the corner. Now all the way across to Grunder. Grunder gets it across the timeline. In the corner to Polis. Now back to Singleton. Singleton thinks about a 3 but doesn't take it. Now Polis will take one in the corner. Got it! Nothing but net for Polis. And it's a Chris Coyne, State Farm 3-pointer. Railers up 30.
Boy, Paulus has been huge here. He hit that one right before the half, Scott, a big 3-pointer, and there's another one in the coffin corner.
2 minutes to go in the third. They work it down low, tapped out of there. Now a push as Antonacci got in deep. He'll be fouled, and he will go to the line for 2. 1:55 on the clock. Up. Good. Second free throw for Antonacci. Up and good. 59-31. Grunder gets it down in the corner to Whiteman. Whiteman stops. Now gets it to Grunder up top. Grunder pulls up for a jumper. Bank board. Uses that bank. Got to call bank. Grunder.
It's open late on Saturdays.
Now the Cyclones look to answer. Railers up again by 30. That's Green to Antonacci. Got to keep an eye on him. Now back up top to Green.
Get out.
Antonacci in the corner for a three. No good. And Hawkinson with the putback, but he'll be fouled by Singleton. Hawkinson's going to go to the line for two.
Yeah, another rebound there. Antonacci tried to get the three to go from the corner, and Hawkinson doing a good job of staying around the basket and getting that offensive rebound. I think the foul might have been on Singleton there. Railers up 61-31, minute 20 left here in the third. Hawkinson's up, good. Free throws up, first one's good.
Second one up and good. Substitution. Number 22, Lutinsky, checks in for Hawkinson. Hollinger gets it in to Singleton. Now back to Hollinger. Now Singleton. Ooh, we got to get it across, guys. Now to Grunder. Gets it across the timeline and double dribbled. Railers a little sloppy with the basketball here on the last couple possessions.
Yeah, and I think the drop, the little tip away over there made everybody speed up a little bit quicker because, like you said, you got to get it across the timeline. Not sure that was a double dribble. Sometimes when they say now when you misfumble the pass and then pick it up and dribble, that's a fumble of the pass. It's not a dribble.
61-33, 1 minute to go in the third. Green. He'll dribble left, kick it in the corner to Schluter. Now all the way across and out of bounds as they try to get it to Bardwell, just a little too high for him to handle.
Back in for the Cyclones, number 1, Isaiah Thompson.
Thompson and Hamilton back in for the Cyclones. Green and Schluter have a seat. Railers basketball, 53 seconds on the clock, 61-33 Railers.
Yeah, I got to have somebody in the middle here.
Polis gets it across. Now Hollinger within the corner. Goes left. Nothing there. Now the Railers will pull it back out. Singleton over to Whiteman. Whiteman kicks it out to Polis. Now Polis gets to the lane. Kicks it out to Hollinger. And the Railers eating some clock.
Yeah, I tried to hold for one here.
Whiteman now up at the point. Over to Hollinger on the wing. Polis in the corner. All the way up top to Whiteman. 15 seconds. Raiders will hold for the last shot. Singleton spins, nothing there. Now to Polis, down low to Hollinger, up in the backboard, and he stepped on the baseline as he tried to get to the rim and did. Good
move
on the baseline.
Good move, just too big of a step on the one.
Now SHG.
Ref's fault.
Yeah, that will do it for the third quarter here. SHG with the Railers 61, the Cyclones 33. Don't go anywhere. We'll have fourth quarter action here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Welcome back to Sacred Heart-Griffin Jim Bell's Gymnasium as the Railers take a 28-point lead into the fourth quarter. And almost a steal, now fought for underneath. There's a fought for, put back, and good for Utinski.
Bring it up.
Hollinger will get it up to Paulus. Got your dribble. There you go. Now they'll get across the timeline. Paulus hands off to Whiteman. Whiteman, he's going to back his guy down. Now pull it out, loses control. And fought for, and real sloppy right now for the Railers and the Cyclones. So it's going to go to the Railers as both teams playing a little out of control right now. Hollinger into Grunder. Grunder dribbles left, guarded by Bardwell. Now Grunder just going to take it himself and stolen away by Bardwell. Little running jumper, no good, but Lott with the putback. Hollinger for a three up top, boom! Hollinger with the Chris Coyne State Farm three-pointer, and it's 64-37 Railers. Bardwell all the way across the court. That's Hamilton, now down low to Utinski. He'll turn around, shoot. No good, but he'll get 2 free throws. (64-37), 6:39 to go in the ball game. Free throw on the way for Utinski. Up and good. Second one up and off the rim, no good. Polis with the rebound. Now to Hollinger. Hollinger gets it to Whiteman. Whiteman over to Polis. Now down to Hollinger. Hollinger spins up and no good. Couldn't get his rebound, but Grunder's there for the rebound. Now Singleton. Singleton, nothing there. Kicks it out to Whiteman. Whiteman over to Grunder. Now to Polis on the wing.
Yeah, work some clock here, Scott. 64-38. Railers are going to work clock, layups. Here are the SHG again.
Polis with it in the corner, guarded by Bardwell.
Well, a lot of people
up top to Hollinger.
Slipping lately. I don't know if it's a foul, man.
Yeah, that's a foul there, but there's also a foul earlier that was missed. And Railers right now just not taking care of the basketball.
No,
Josh.
a little sloppy. As you said earlier, both teams were being pretty sloppy, and the Railers are doing exactly that as well. We had a chance to 28 there right going into the fourth, and that lucky number wasn't reached. Now 64-38, 5:45 left here in the fourth.
Klopp checks in for Whiteman. Now Green, he'll dribble, he'll pull up for a jumper. Got it. 64-40. There's a foul, no call. And Klopp with a good sliding move, and we're going to get a timeout called by Coach Al. Didn't really have the possession, but they granted him the timeout.
Yeah, that was iffy there. Klopp with the excellent hustle to keep the ball in bounds. But as you said, again, the Railers getting sped up now as really not a care in the world right now for SHG, so they're just scrambling wherever they need to go. And the Railers just not taking care of it. If you slow down, be confident with the ball, I think the Railers can score layup after layup because right now it's just that frantic pace for SHG.
64-40 is your score. 5:29 to go in the ball game.
During the timeout, entering the game for the Cyclones, number 15, Tony Camgang.
Paulus to inbound for the Railers. Gets it into Singleton. Singleton guarded by Green. Now a little bit behind the back from Singleton. Over to Paulus. Now in the corner to Klopp. To Singleton. Singleton tries to spin. Bardwell comes out there with it up and no good, but Grunder's going to be called with the foul.
Right, even Dylan with a few mishaps there, and normally don't see that, but
A little too much dribbling, maybe?
Well, yeah, I think so. And some guys aren't cutting, and we're standing and watching and expecting Dylan to handle the ball for the 99% of the time. Well, we got to have some other guys step up and be confident with it and rip through and be strong with it.
Bardwell's second free throw. Short. Way short. Rebound comes down to Hollinger.
Like right now, Landon's just got to bring it up on his guy.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Off of Bardwell, going to stay with the Railers. Polis to inbound. Tries to get it into Singleton, now gets it into Grunder. Grunder throws it away. Bardwell up and good. Singleton, he'll get it across the timeline. Kick it down low, and they're going to get Singleton with the charge. 64-42.
All right, 22-point lead, and you talked about the Railers in the first half speeding up the Cyclones. The Cyclones have done it, and really with just some of their sophomore roster out there right now.
Right, there's a ball on the ground. Green picks it up for Sacred Heart. Now Hamilton to Green. Over to Bardwell to Lott. Lott with a three off the rim, no good. And Polis goes up for the strong rebound. He'll be fouled by Green. It's only the fifth team foul.
Yeah, it's like fifth.
Officials timeout. We'll keep it right here. With 4:26 to go in the ball game, it's the Railers 64, the Cyclones 42.
Yeah, if we've needed a basket at all in this game, Scott, it's been it'll be right now.
Yeah,
they've been on a big run here, and as you said, the Railers just kind of out of sorts, huffing and puffing because of what a great effort they gave through basically 3.5 quarters.
Yeah.
We need to settle down here and maybe get some sort of a backdoor play or something. You've got basically the SHG sophomore team out there right now with maybe Green, with the exception of Green, playing defense on Singleton. I'd love to see if we can get a backdoor with Hollinger or something. Maybe the best play Coach Al thinks has the most confidence to run, to score, and his team might be well suited for right now.
After the break, it will be Railer basketball. Hollinger to inbound. He'll get it into Polis. Polis picks up his dribble now to Singleton. Singleton will get it across the timeline, now double teamed. Gets it down low to Whiteman. Whiteman out to Polis, now to Singleton. Now the Railers will work some clock. This is what we want right here. Singleton will set it up. Try to get the double team, nothing there. Singleton throws it away to Bardwell. Bardwell up and good. Now, I guess it could come down to a little bit fatigue now, Josh. The Basses just don't have that zip on it like it did first half.
Yeah, and it looks like we talk about when you get up to a 25-point lead or even a 20 late in the fourth, you tend to play not to lose, right? There's a difference between you playing not to lose and playing to win. Playing not to lose is you just you stop doing what you were doing to get you that lead. Playing to win, you just keep doing it. You just hammer and hammer and hammer. And right now, whether fatigue or whatever, I'm not making any blame on any of the guys, but you still got to find a way to get to the basket. As much as SHG is pressuring you and out there's opening lanes, and the Railers got to take it, because if you don't, Scott, that defense just keeps coming farther and farther. Next thing you know, you're out by half court,
right.
Trying to run some sort of an offense, and you turn it over. And then normally when you're turning it over at half court, you're getting layups on the other end.
Absolutely. 64-44. Say hello to a couple of young basketball fans, Goo and Money Lou, also known as Lincoln and Monroe. Big Railer fans listening to us today, and another turnover on the Railers. Railers out of sorts right now, and coming out of a timeout, that's not what you want to see.
Yeah, not sure it's going to be enough to come back, but it sure will leave a sour taste after a great, especially first half of basketball.
Bardwell up, no good. Hollinger rips the rebound out of there. Now Singleton picks up his dribble, and another turnover. Hamilton, no good. Off of SHG, going to be Railer basketball. Railers need to regroup here, and
yeah, we got to have somebody else come up and help here.
here.
Yeah, we got to, you get the ball to Hollinger or Singleton or whoever it is and clear out.
Whiteman, he'll get it across the timeline. Now to Singleton, he gets it to Klopp. Back to Singleton. Singleton dribbles right, finds a lane, loses control, but he's going to be fouled. And the foul's on Hamilton. He might as well just take his mask off because he's got it up now.
Dylan's really got to use his legs here. Be nice to get that 2 points, just kind of psychologically to see that ball go in the hole. It's been a while since the Railers have seen that, and senior needs to step up and hopefully cap off this huge game that he's had.
Yeah, Singleton hits his first.
We're not quite sure on the scoring total for Dylan, but we will get that at the end. I know it's in the high 30s.
Second free throw up and good for Singleton. 66-44, 22-point lead for the Railers. 2:57 on the clock. Cyclones with the basketball. Hamilton gets to the middle, now kicks it out to Bardwell. In the corner to Lott. Lott tries to get it down low, nothing there. Fought for on the floor. Now Singleton comes out there with it. He'll push to the left and pull it back out. Now he'll go and kick it to Hollinger behind him. Over to Whiteman up top. 2:35 to go. Singleton dribbles left, nothing there. Back to Polis. Now they'll reset up top. Bardwell all over Singleton. Singleton spins, kicks it in the corner. Now they'll reset back up top to Whiteman. Whiteman on green, finds a lane, up and good.
Yeah, that's
good
exactly,
strong move by Whiteman to get to the basket.
Yeah, and a bunch of Railers have had that opportunity, Scott, in the last quarter and a half, and we just have not done it.
Hamilton kicks it out to Bardwell. Bardwell for a three, got it. And the Cyclones take a timeout with 2:04 to go in the game. It's the Railers 68, the Cyclones 47. It's a full timeout. We'll take one as well. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Lincoln Railer Basketball on WLCN 96.3 FM. Scott Kirby, Josh Komnick, Lloyd Kirby here this afternoon. Jim Bell's Gymnasium, Sacred Heart-Griffin campus of Railers with a big lead, 68-47. Last 4 minutes or so, though, Josh, a little sloppy for the Railers, to say the least.
Yeah, it has been. Sacred Heart-Griffin has basically had to play that frantic pace to get him back. We were 2 points away from 30-point running clock to enter the fourth, and as you said,
jinxed it.
Yeah, SHG made that little run.
Whiteman over in the corner to Polis. Now they'll kick it back up top to Singleton. Singleton tried to get it to Whiteman, just didn't have enough juice on it, and intercepted by the Cyclones. Under 2 minutes to go. There's a steal by Polis. He's going to go coast to coast, up off the backboard, and good, and a hard foul. Polis pops back up, thankfully.
Well, he'll
go to the line and one. Yeah.
Nice game. Big three before halftime to go into the locker room, and then he hits a big one, I believe, to start maybe the third quarter over in the corner, and give double digits now for Paulus on a big game. Couple threes here. Nice layup there.
Yeah, landed on his funny bone.
Yeah.
I don't know why they call it a funny bone, because there's nothing funny about it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah, he's shaking it off. It's irritating him a little bit.
He's had a couple free throws as well, so this will be his third attempt from the free throw line. Nice.
Good
Good
count
job.
it for Polis.
Yeah, Elijah with a nice game here for the Railers.
71-47. Railers with the lead. They've led the whole game. 1:30 to go in this ball game. There's a three in a corner. Hamilton airballed it. Whiteman there waiting for it to come in his arms, and it does. Now he'll dribble it across the timeline, kicks it over to Hollinger. Hollinger up over the rim and good. 72-47. 73-47. Now Bardwell, he'll spin back out. And now he'll throw up a three. No good. Fought for underneath. Put back up and good. I don't know who that is. Number 12.
I think he was on the sophomore team. No 12 today.
No 12.
Good rebound, though.
Conway, number 13, 23, Alex Stauffer. And Andrew Brown, number 1, in for the Railsplitters.
A well-deserved rest. Well, I thought Singleton's not going to come out.
Coach, what are you thinking about taking me out?
Free throw up and no good. Rebound, Grau. And a whole bunch of new kids in for the Railers. Number 13, that's Conway. To Grau.
Grau Hofert in.
Hofert getting some time here. Klopp. Klopp's got some solid minutes in today. And they'll work it around, eat this clock, and
Entering the game for the Railsplitters, number 5, George
I
Buckley.
think Singleton thought he was coming out.
Yeah.
Sorry, senior, you're staying in.
Yeah, you know better than that, Dylan.
Now maybe they're going to get Cook in for him. Well-deserved rest for Singleton.
Yeah, what a game. What a game.
There
We'll
he
get the scoring, but
Absolutely.
it's right around 40 for the
And he's just gassed. I
Yeah.
mean, you could tell the last 3 or 4 minutes, his passes just, weren't crisp, just lofting them up, and nothing against him because he's played his tail off.
he's going to enter quite a select category with Railers points in a total game. Number 1 in 2011 was Jordan Nelson with 48. Chuck Verderber with a couple, 44 and a 43. Bryn Brackney with a 42. Seymour Reed, Greg Alexander, Seymour Reed with 41. Greg with a couple 41s. Norman Cook with a couple 40s. So we're going to get that for sure scoring after this. Matter of fact, I'm going to head out right now and grab that, but he's going to be right in there.
Before you go, where's Komnick on that list?
Coach didn't give me the ball enough.
Oh. All right, well, the time runs down. Komnick's going to go get some stats for us so we can have a decent post-game show here on WLCN. That's going to do it. The final score from Sacred Heart-Griffin, it's the Railers 73, the Cyclones 49. We'll take a commercial break. We come back. We will have the Ground Incorporated and Schneider Chiropractic post-game show here on WLCN 96.3 FM. Welcome back to Springfield, Illinois, as the Railers with a 73-49 win. Big win for the Railers as a bounce back after last night's loss, back in our winning ways. And the Railers came out right from the get-go, Josh, and boy, they looked good the first half. Even, third quarter fell apart a little bit in the fourth, but I got to believe it was fatigue because, it just wasn't the same Railer team.
42-15 at half, Scott, and got to 2 points away, up 28 going into the fourth. Couldn't quite get to that 30-point mark, but Scott, I don't know if in that first half, I don't know if Coach Alexander could ask for a whole lot different from what he got out of his guys because they were efficient. We rebounded the basketball, we matched their intensity, and we were really, really good, and led by that senior duo. Dylan had at half he had 28. Dylan finishes with 38. In the game, Hollinger with 12, Paulus with 11, Whiteman with 10, and Grunder with 2. So it wasn't just Singleton, although 38s and the next is 12. But, some big contributions by Paulus and Whiteman, especially Whiteman in that second half. I thought, we rattle off 6 straight with the drives to the basket with when we really needed those baskets. We were struggling and not a lot of go to the hoop, and Brody did a good job of getting some baskets for us. Paulus with some big threes when we needed them. Clutched on the free throw line, 3 of 3 from the line. So some big contributions from all. But what a first half! 28 in the first half for Singleton, and they had no answer for him.
And 38 total.
38 total.
Okay.
Which that'll move him in with 38 in the record books is right in there with 38. Greg Alexander had 38 twice. Bob Patterson with 38. Chuck Verderber, Norm Cook with a couple. So Dylan, was really, really efficient. And I don't know how many shots he attempted in the first half, but he didn't miss very many of them.
Coach Neil Alexander on with us now. Coach, you got to be pretty pleased how the kids came out and played today. Well, 3.5 quarters, that is. Maybe the fourth quarter, we can erase that. But I was telling Josh, I got to believe a lot of that is fatigue, and because Dylan had, a few turnovers that are just uncharacteristic for him. But overall, you got to be happy with the outcome.
Oh, we were. The thing is what we are is disappointed at the difference between yesterday and today. And, I am so proud of our guys, the way we played, and really we beat a very, very good basketball team, and maybe we need to play teams that are up and down the floor like that instead of these half-court grinded out type teams. And but you got to play them all, and you got to be able to beat them all. So, but this was a big win for us, and Dylan was unbelievable. There's no words that can describe how he played today. And when he elevates his game like that, everyone else moves right along with him. And, he's a spark plug. And I thought everybody played well. Landon, Elijah, Brody. We did some silly things late there in the fourth quarter, trying to get fancy with the ball and things. But those are things that you can correct those. And gosh, it's going to be a nice day, nice evening.
I know rankings don't really mean a whole lot to you, but just to put it in a little perspective, they're the number 1 ranked team in 2A. And, you knew it was going to be a challenge coming in. And, like you said, a solid basketball team. And that first half, Josh said it. He said that was almost a perfect half. I know you.
It was phenomenal. It was unbelievable. What do you draw on the board after a half like that? And
just
same
thing.
Try not to mess them up. Yeah. And and I thought our third quarter was good. I thought, from the 6-minute mark, I thought we started to play not to win, and got complacent with the ball and turned it over and let them make some easy baskets. But when you're up 25-30 and just trying to get through it, those things would happen. But just a great effort by our kids.
Coach, you've seen a lot of point guards play the point on your defense for a lot of years. Very few of them have had to score like Dylan has to. I think your son Greg was the best at it, just never came off the floor, never was tired, could put in 25 and still play like a madman out there. Talk a little bit about Dylan, and not only just Dylan, but how hard that is to do.
Well, we talked a little bit about it last night, and, playing the point period, and you played some up there, and you know exactly how demanding playing the top or the point of our press and our defense is. You got to put pressure on the ball. You got to cover middleman. You're always on the go. You're always talking. He's the leader of where our defense sets up. All our guys play off of Dylan. Dylan moves up, all the other guys got to move up. So he controls our defense, and it's a great person to have. But for most part, we've had point guards to play defense and then basically be a facilitator on offense and make sure we're getting into it. And that's where they would get their break. But Dylan, he's got to do both, and does it pretty darn good, too.
Yeah, I thought SHG did a good job of playing man full court on him because he wore down, you could tell.
Yeah.
And I thought Landon at some point has got to get that ball back and bring it up himself. He got to take give Dylan a little bit of a break on that part of it. Now when you get into half court, get it back to Dylan and start that offense in.
Yeah, and Scott said it earlier, Dylan had some uncharacteristic turnovers there towards the end, but the guy was dog tired, and he's a workhorse, and boy, he sure played a game today.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, Coach, get a day off. We'll be right back at it Monday night as the Green Wave come to town. Anything on them that we should know?
Well, they've won some games. They beat Muhammad, so we got to be a little bit more focused on what we're going to do Monday night. So,
well, Coach, good one. Yeah. Other than the last part, boy, it was fun to watch. And when you have a crowd and a coach and guys complaining at the officials, you've done your job.
Yeah, it's getting a little eerie up here because there's no red and green.
When they're more worried about the officials than what you're doing coaching, you've done your job today.
Yeah.
Well, Coach, let's get them loaded up on the bus. Safe travels home. And we'll see you back at Roy S. Anderson Monday night.
Okay, we'll do.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break to get a couple more sponsors in. And we come back, we'll wrap it up here on WLCN 96.3 FM. All right, welcome back to Sacred Heart-Griffin as it's Victory Saturday for the Railers.
Yep.
Safe travels to them as they get a little break, and then we'll be back at it Monday night, Josh.
Get the ice out and a good rest, good meal tonight, and as you said, tomorrow, and the Railers will be back in action on Monday for another full week of basketball. So.
Yeah, and then I think we play again Tuesday down in Teutopolis.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got some games coming up, and so it's no rest for the Railers.
And some of them need it, and some enjoy just going right back into playing. So
I think they're going to need a little bit of rest after today.
Yeah, this was a different type of man that they saw against most teams. SHG is not only really up in you, but they're also physical with their arms and their strength and trying to bump you off your drive. And I always knew when I was in the locker room after the game, I knew I played Southeast that night because I was dog tired. I imagine some of these guys in this locker room over here knew they play SHG today.
Yeah, and you knew it was going to be physical. It was physical, but the Railers stood up to the challenge and came away with the victory. Well, that'll do it for us here in Springfield. Our next broadcast will be Monday, February 22nd at 7:30, as the Railers are at home to take on the Green Wave from Mattoon. Our broadcast will begin with the pregame show starting at 7 o'clock. For station manager Jim Ash, studio producer director Winnie Ransdale, and Josh Komnick, this is Scott Kirby. Once again, the final score, Lincoln 73, SHG 49. The Railers now stand at 5-2. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast, and would like to thank our listeners for listening and our sponsors for sponsoring. This has been a production of WLCN Sports 96.3 FM. We ask you to patronize our sponsors and say thank you for allowing us to bring you Railer basketball. From Springfield, Illinois, good afternoon, everyone. It's time to send you back to the studio for today's Best Country on WLCN 96.3 FM.